popped up on my feed on Netflix. It just came in about a week ago, I guess, dropped on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's
that's
called
right.
Longest Third Date.
Yeah.
It's a documentary, a short documentary about a awkward romance overseas because on a third random date of two people that met on Hinge, they decided on a whim they'd head to Costa Rica, and then the world shut down as the pandemic began. They got stuck there for just over 70 days together.
Yeah, but they got a great deal on the flights.
And some good Airbnbs, I might add.
Tickets were
Did you
$200 from New York City to Costa Rica, and they flew on March the 17th of 2020.
Yeah, and I saw they were in first class as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it turns out the reason why I made it such a great documentary is he's a blogger anyways, or a vlogger. So the guy's name I think is Matt. So he ends up documenting his whole life as it was. So it was perfect that he actually had all this equipment with him and was able to document it, turn it into this big documentary, as well as it caught wind of, People magazine covered it. So did BuzzFeed and a bunch of people when they caught wind of them on the third date being stuck over in Costa Rica.
They were getting all kinds of requests for interviews.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, I would like to go back and see his page before this entire incident went down. Because when they show it during the documentary, you see he's got like 15,000 followers. Now, is that always the case? Because she was kind of rolling her eyes, remember?
Yeah.
She was not very impressed with this. She said in her job, she's got a marketing position. She works with influencers all the time. She's like, I really didn't want to date an influencer or have this kind of guy in my life. And he was always filming. He filmed everything.
They called him Movie Matt.
Yeah.
Or he called himself Movie Matt.
That was his handle.
Yeah.
I think it still is his handle. So it was basically the third date. They just decided on a whim to go to Costa Rica, and then it ended up I think it was almost 3 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was
70,
just over
70 days. Yeah.
What was great about it is that it reminded me a little bit of us being stuck during the pandemic because they were also in a tropical location in Costa Rica. Was kind of a memorable moment is that big iguana that lived at their Airbnb that they kept feeding and that made it into the house.
Yeah, there's a lot of differences between their situation and ours, though. Like, for example, our permanent homes were here, so there's that.
Yeah.
I mean, we were stuck in more like home. They had nothing with them except each other, and they had only known each other, if you remember, 2 times previously.
Yeah, this is their third date.
Much shorter dates, yeah.
And at first, I'm thinking to myself, these people don't really have much in common. Like they're both adventure seekers. And I think that was a thing that both attracted them to each other. And they're both good looking people. But other than that, they didn't seem to have a lot in common.
No.
And she didn't like being recorded all the time. She's she was messaging her friend, like, literally, we're putting away groceries and he's filming it. Like, stop, you know? Yeah. And what Matt did is he tried to make every day a little bit exciting for the two of them. He's a planner. So he did they took samba, dance lessons. They did a cooking class. They did little things. They did mini workouts throughout the day to kind of make it seem like they were going on a date every day, not just stuck together and
I had my own
pandemic.
cynical thoughts about all those scenes. I'm thinking I'm serious. He's just trying to get content for his freaking vlog. That's what he's trying to get.
Well, and it worked.
Yeah, but he wanted to look interesting. You can't just do the same thing every day and then have content for your vlog. Picture it. It's the middle of the pandemic. The guy's desperate at this point. He's like, there's nothing going on. There's no activities we can go to. I got to make this happen or it's not going to happen. And at that time, he had no idea it was going to be a TV show. There was a lot of red flags with her, too. I didn't like the way she lied to her family all the time.
Yeah, she
weird.
didn't even tell her father that she was in Costa Rica with a guy. She said she was with a bunch of work friends. First, even just all girls.
I know.
Then when she went back to, quote unquote, tell him the truth, it was another lie. It was, well, I'm with a bunch of people and one of them is a guy I'm dating. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, well, that's still not the truth. I mean, if you're going to break it to your dad, just go ahead and, She's late 20s, early 30s. At this point, we got to come clean with her parents.
I know. See, that was the issues with the parents. I'm too old and cynical at this point. Look at me. Look at all these things. She got too many issues with her father. She was just not into his whole look and his vibe. She kept wanting to cut his hair off and all this stuff.
Well, I wasn't a big fan of the hair either,
but
to be honest.
Let the guy be. You accept him as he is or just,
fair.
Whatever. I feel like we're giving away too many facts already.
And we're not going to tell you. One thing we won't tell you because it's such a short stream. It's like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you whether they stay together or not because I think that conclusion is worth watching. Just for that alone, to find out, can these two people, against all odds, kind of make it, or is it one of those things we're going to go our separate ways? That's worth watching it for, just for that one fact, which we won't tell you. So I'm going to say stream it. It's fluff. File it under your fluff watching, but I say stream it.
Yeah, I'll go with the stream it as well, with the caveat. Only because it's a one-episode occasion, okay? Because you can guess most of it just from looking at the trailer. You really can. And like Teri said, the conclusion is really what you want to watch it for. So yeah, definitely.
So don't Google it ahead of time.
Don't Google it. Just stream it.
Yep.
Just stream it and then get back to us and let us know what you think.
Third longest state, now streaming on Netflix.